The Give Science a Fair Chance, please read through patiently.
When light passes through the curved space formed by the mass of the Sun, its path of propagation will be curved along with the curved space. As a result, the starlight behind the Sun will go around the Sun and appear beside it.
This phenomenon is called gravitational lensing.
The reason why the night sky is filled with shining stars is that the light is dim enough. The light pollution in cities makes the starry sky in those areas much less impressive than in remote areas. During the day, because the light is too bright, the stars cannot be seen. But if it weren't for the dazzling sunlight, the starlight beside it could be seen by us. During a natural total solar eclipse, the Sun is completely blocked by the Moon, and the stars are clearly visible. The starlight blocked by the Sun will go around the Sun through the gravitational lens of the Sun and appear in our field of vision. Relativity is the greatest theory. When it was introduced, almost no one believed it. Some people said that only 2 half men could understand it. Arthur Stanley Eddington was very surprised and asked the person who said this,
"Who is the other half?"
Arthur Stanley Eddington's implication was that the two people referred to were Albert Einstein and himself. Arthur Stanley Eddington made a significant contribution to the promotion of relativity. If it weren't for his claim that he saw the gravitational lensing effect caused by the Sun during the 1919 total solar eclipse, relativity would have been a neglected hypothesis. Without Albert Einstein, there would have been no relativity, but without Arthur Stanley Eddington, relativity would not have become the most amazing science in the world. Arthur Stanley Eddington was thus awarded the title of Lord. However, the observations 107 years ago were not satisfactory. It is not an exaggeration to say that it supported relativity less than it contradicted it. Over the past 100 years, not only have total solar eclipses occurred many times, but also the reproduction of the observation results claimed by Arthur Stanley Eddington has been the top priority of every observation of a total solar eclipse. Human observation methods have been advancing rapidly, and there are many people who are concerned about this matter. Unfortunately, no one has observed such astronomical phenomena again. Arthur Stanley Eddington's observation results became an isolated and hard-to-believe piece of evidence because they could not be reproduced. The evidence of gravitational lensing should be more abundant. At any time, the sky is filled with stars. The reason why stars cannot be seen on the ground during the day is that the reflected sunlight from the atmosphere makes the atmosphere too bright. Because the shadow of a total solar eclipse is large enough, it can produce the effect of night. Without the atmosphere, there is no problem of reflected sunlight, and the sky there is full of stars, except for the Sun and its vicinity, which is too bright and has no stars. Satellites, or space stations, or the Moon do not have atmospheric interference. As long as all the sunlight is blocked, the starlight beside the Sun can be seen, which is artificial simulated total solar eclipse. The advantage of artificial simulated total solar eclipses is obvious. The natural total solar eclipse can provide the observational conditions it can offer, and the natural total solar eclipse cannot provide but is what we desire. It can also provide. We can purposefully change the size or eccentricity of the simulated Moon to obtain the most ideal observational effect, etc. Globally, a total solar eclipse occurs approximately once every 18 months, but it may take around 300 years to observe it again at the same location. On August 21, 2017, the total solar eclipse that occurred in the United States experienced complete darkness for about 2 minutes. On April 9, 2024, the total solar eclipse that occurred in Mexico lasted for 4 minutes and 28 seconds. Total solar eclipses typically last for several minutes, with the longest duration reaching approximately 7 minutes and 31 seconds. This record was set on July 22, 1912. The path of this total solar eclipse started in India, passed through China, and finally entered the Pacific Ocean. Natural total solar eclipses are not only rare in occurrence but also have short durations and are affected by weather conditions. Although many satellites, especially geostationary satellites, are indeed located above the equator, not all satellites are on the equator. Low-orbit satellites above the equator see the Sun for the shortest time, but at least half of the time they are not in the Earth's shadow. As the orbit height increases, the time that the Earth blocks the sunlight for the satellite becomes shorter. Geostationary orbit satellites are in sunlight for 99% of the time. Satellites running along the Earth's meridian can always see the Sun. Artificially simulated total solar eclipses not only have long observation times but are also not affected by weather conditions. On April 10, 2026, NASA released a video of the total solar eclipse captured during the Artemis II mission. Such a total solar eclipse is extremely rare. The Artemis II mission was designed to pave the way for moon landings. It carried astronauts around the moon and back to Earth. The video was taken by the astronauts on the Orion spacecraft on April 6, when the spacecraft was flying over the far side of the moon. The video captured the spectacular moment when the moon completely blocked the sun. The astronauts were fortunate to witness this celestial wonder from a unique deep space perspective. The total eclipse phase lasted for approximately 53 minutes, much longer than the typical few minutes of a total solar eclipse on Earth. This extended observation time was made possible by the unique flight trajectory design of Artemis II, providing excellent observation windows for the astronauts and onboard instruments. During the observation, the circular face of the moon gradually covered the sun, leaving only the outer atmosphere of the sun, the corona, showing a bright halo. Due to the observation point being outside the Earth's atmosphere, the view was not affected by atmospheric scattering or distortion, resulting in a higher contrast and clearer details in the video. During the total eclipse phase, the reduction of scattered sunlight made the background stars, planets, and the slightly illuminated lunar surface due to Earth's reflected light clearly visible. Such observation conditions were many times better than those used by Arthur Stanley Eddington. However, the predicted space curvature phenomenon by Albert Einstein did not occur as expected. Professional academic journals are places to showcase various viewpoints. However, only a few academic journals have opened up my submission qualifications, and my multiple submissions have been rejected by them coincidentally. So, I can only come here. The truth should not be sealed forever, and science should not continue to struggle in hell.
Science or lies?
Please give the discretion to the facts. For the sake of the truth, please don't be indifferent.
I am extremely sorry if I have disturbed you.